Hello, my name is Peyton Wigglesworth, and today I'll be informing you on the topic of turf and lawn management. So, you might be wondering, well, what does this matter? Well, in the future, you're going to want a nice, pretty lawn. And so, up here, we have our brown, crunchy lawn. And then when we go to the next slide, we see our green lawn. So, how many of you all prefer green lawns over brown lawns, just by looking at this? Most of us prefer green. And you might be wondering, well, why is that? And that's because our eyes are attracted to the most prettiest things, the things that stand out, catch our eye, and we just can't look away. So, you might be wondering, well, why don't we like the brown lawn? Well, the brown lawn is going to be nasty looking and crunchy, and honestly, you don't want that. So, the green lawn is the next best thing. And this green lawn, we are attracted to it. You just think about walking out, you see emerald green grass that looks really soft, flowers, pretty landscaping. We're going to be so much into that compared to like a desert scene. So, the most important thing about your lawn is your grass. So, you need to know what type of grass you need depending on your state. So, I use the UK Lawn Manual, and this helped me a lot because when reading, I looked, since we're all in Kentucky right now, we're going to base this on Kentucky and what kind of grass works with us. So, in the table, in the manual, their top two are Kentucky bluegrass and Bermuda grass. The Bermuda grass is what's shown above on the green. So, you might be wondering, well, why is the grass important? Your lawn is your grass. You're going to have that pretty to make sure it's up to speed. So, and also, too, you want to make sure you have the right type of grass because it might not work with your state or your soil, which leads me to my next point. You need to check your soil type. So you might be wondering, check my soil type. What do you mean? What do I have to do? That seems like too much work. Well, I'll stop you right there because it's not. To check your soil type, you can honestly send it to your local community extension service and they'll check it for you. And they'll do grading of your soil and then they'll check for your lime needs and your fertilization needs. And that's a really big part. If your soil's good, then it's graded with a good grade, and then that helps you plant your seed and have the grass that you want actually grow. So you got to make sure everything works together. And honestly, if you think about it, it is really, really useless to go through all of this if you don't have a good upkeep. So, you might be wondering, upkeep, oh my gosh, what all is she having me do? Well, your upkeep is like your mowing, your planting of flowers, your garden gnomes if you want to add garden gnomes. I mean, this is the fun part. This is the most exciting part about this whole topic. Like, it's just so fun. And so for this, you're going to want to make sure that as soon as you seed, and I cannot stress this enough, you water and you water constantly because you want to make sure your grass seed is going to be healthy and full of water and nutrition to make sure that it grows to a nice, pretty lawn. The next thing you're going to do is want to mow. And the mowing techniques are important because you need to make sure that you get it at a nice angle. So, you might be wondering, what do you mean nice angle? What? So, when mowing, you need a nice sharp blade. And you need a nice sharp blade because it will cut through the grass, straight angle, nice and pretty. But if you have a dull blade, oh, it's not good. The dull blade will break it off. When you think about it, think of like split ends. You have your hair that splits apart and then it breaks off. Your grass is going to split and it's going to break. And that is not a good thing. You also need to watch for crabgrass because this crabgrass is not good for your lawn at all. And another thing to remember too is you will be able to start mowing when your grass is about 2 to 2.5 inches. And you want to make sure everything is kind of straight and everything looks nice. And another thing is, if you're wondering, well, why doesn't my lawn look that pretty? I've I think, like, I've been mowing and I've been doing this and that. Well, how much work do you put into it? If you don't put enough work into your lawn, it's not going to look right. And the more work you put into this, the better. So, you might be wondering, well, why do I care? Well, in high school, I took a class, and we talked about this for about a month. I mean, my favorite subject. This is like my bread and butter. It's just great. So, how many of us still prefer a green lawn over a brown lawn? All of us prefer green, right? So, just remember, you gotta get a good thing of grass that goes with your state, nice soil types, and you gotta make sure you keep that upkeep on your lawn. And remember, depending on you, you are on your way to having a nice emerald green lawn that people will be jealous of. Thank you.